Hi and welcome to my review of my new VerPro smartwatch activity bracelet, which measures all sorts of things: steps you've done, various exercise modes, heart rate, blood pressure, oxygen saturation, and of course it does sleep monitoring as well. It's really a nice watch, nicely thought out and quite comfortable to wear. So just a very quick step through. It's a nice elegant watch, comes in a nice presentation case. It's got a proper strap with a proper buckle. It has two metal pins on the back for charging, and here is the charging lead. It's a spring clip one, it's not one of the magnetic ones. I quite like the magnetic ones, but my previous watch, which had a magnetic clip, seems to have stopped charging. I don't think it's a magnetic clip, I think it was something else I did, but there you are. It fits on quite nicely, and you can't put it on the wrong way round because it's it's not big enough to fit right across. Screen's very responsive, it responds whenever you touch it.
The oxygen meter, so I'll turn the oxygen meter on and I'll set the ProFit watch to measure. Now I know this particular oxygen meter probably underreads because it normally comes up with a result that's quite a bit lower than I normally get when it's tested in hospital. So the watch is reckoning it's 98%, which is typical for me, and this thing is reckoning it's 95%, and they're both sort of plus or minus 2% anyway. So that shows that at least for blood oxygen, this gives a very good indication rate of blood pressure. So I've got a blood pressure monitor here, collar and cuff type one, which I should put on my right arm because I don't want to interfere with the reading of the watch. So there we are, turn it on, go into the blood pressure mode and click measure. Probably going to be quite high because I've been moving around a lot, and I'm pretty inactive these days, so any kind of activity sends my blood pressure up quite a lot. So it came up with 162/99. Let's see what the conventional collar and cuff one comes up with. Yes, that's what it came with. It's 150/110. Now that's pretty typical. This normally slightly overreads on the systolic and slightly underreads on the diastolic. So there's a difference of about 10 in each. This is 162/99, this is 150/110. So I would say that probably this, whilst it gives you a good indication, isn't going to measure your blood pressure accurately, unfortunately. Maybe it'll be different for some other people, I don't know. So let's have a look at the heart rate.
So measuring the heart rate on the phone and on the finger monitor, I got 98 on the phone and 100 on the finger monitor. So I would say the heart rate measurement is pretty accurate, really. It does tend to vary a bit each time you measure it, so that's pretty good.
The Darfit app, which goes with the VerPro watch. If you click on any of these different things, you get some detailed information. The steps isn't very interesting because I haven't really gone very far today, or indeed at all, because I can't really walk very far at the moment. Sleep, here we are. So that shows me last night's sleep, and it gives me a score. It says it's excellent, and then I can look over the last 7 days sleep trends, and it gives me comparisons with how many people get up before and after me. And heart rate, it gives information of the last 7 days of heart rate trends as well. And blood pressure, which I've taken a few times using this device, always seems to come out around about 162/88, or within plus or minus 4 or 5 in each direction. It overreads by about 10 on systolic and underreads by about 10 on diastolic, at least according to my collar and cuff system. Blood oxygen, that seems to work pretty well. It's pretty typical for me, around about 96 to 98%. And in each of these, you can just press on the measure button to take it down the measurement if you want to. In outdoor running, I haven't done any outdoor running or indeed any other training stuff at the moment. This screen just shows you stuff about the watch and settings here. You need to go into here in order to set the unit system to British, because it's metric to start with, and in order to set the weather to Fahrenheit, because it's set to Celsius to start with. And then this screen here is your own profile. You can set your own goals and so on. You can't set a goal of fewer than 4,000. The heart rate, it does monitor automatically continuously, but the others, you have to do a measurement if you want to measure it. It does say about automatically doing blood pressure and automatically doing OT, but I haven't found out a way of making it automatically monitor those yet. You have to do it manually.